All right, so now this is live. Time to go ahead and get in on this. All right, let's go ahead and start off with the well, let's just call it what it is, the swill that prompted this whole thing from me. So, gonna go ahead. Boom, boom. All right, so here we go. So, meet the tech activists who want to turn Twitter into a user-owned co-op. In other words, they want to be co-owners. And I'm pretty sure that the picture here is fairly fucking accurate. It's them trying to get a stranglehold on Twitter and make it their own personal little fucking playground. And this is the interesting part to me. This right in here. Twitter's users create the company's value. Doesn't it make sense for them to share ownership? So me sitting there and saying that this translates to co-owners is backed up by this. So don't even fucking try to blame me for hyperbole here. All right. So let's get started. With a user base topping 300 million subscribers, well, yeah, but the thing is that's actually dropped significantly for one reason or another. But even with them being up in that 3 million subscriber thing, a lot of the accounts just get on and post every once in a while. It's not 300 million like active hyperactive users. I mean, hell, I still have my Twitter account. They still consider me active because I go ahead and have it where my videos are thrown up onto my Twitter. So, Twitter is one of the most popular media tools and an increasingly important way to relay information across the globe in real time. I call absolute bullshit on that. Because the thing is it's increasingly important for the snowflakes, not for your average sane person. Because the thing is if you don't say the right thing, your shit gets pushed down to the bottom. If you say the wrong thing, you can go ahead and get a fucking ban. You can get your tweets deleted. You can get your account fucking deleted. If you are guilty of wrongthink. But let's continue. But the 11-year-old micro-blogging platform has been a money-losing scheme for investors. Well, whose fucking fault is that? See, the thing is with Twitter, I mean, I still remember when they went ahead and admitted that, they were paying their tech people in Twitter stock. They weren't actually paying them money. They were paying them in Twitter stock. And to a degree, I can kind of see where the line of thinking would be there. If you're paying someone in stock, they can obviously cash in that stock and, whatever, they get their money. But that means that the stuff that you pay them is going to vary in value. So if you're sitting there and saying, oh yeah, every week that you work for us, we're going to go ahead and give you, let's say 50 stock in our company. Depending on the stock, that could be of high value or of low value. But let's say, they went ahead and did that. Well, what happens if that stock drops like it did? Well, all of a sudden, now that 50 stocks that you were getting, that when you first agreed to the fucking deal, which you're a fucking moron if you ever agree to any deal like this, that stock may have initially been worth quite a bit. But now it's not worth anything. It's not even worth the paper to print out the numbers on. So, yeah, kind of an issue there. But let's continue on. Slowing user growth. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Declining revenue growth. Well, again, we'll get to that. And unprofitability has driven the company's stock price from a peak of $66 a share. Not bad. You know, it's no Microsoft or anything like that, but not bad. I mean, especially for a social media platform. You know, especially one that's as crappy as Twitter. In early 2014 to $18 today. I still say that stock's a little overpriced. Twitter might not be earning much respect from Wall Street, but its users find tremendous value in it. Well, see, all right, here's the first problem with this article. This article is now arguing, oh, well, what about the sentimental value? Let that sink in. They're saying that its users find tremendous value in it. You know, people who already have a vested interest in it because they have invested, you know, their time and energy into, you know, getting their following, their, you know, getting a bunch of followers or whatever. Ironically, it's the work users put into the platform for free that determines the value of the company. Let's say that that's right. Well, that means that the work that has been being put in since 2014 has been detrimental to Twitter. Let me ask you this. If you own a business, let's say you own a pizza restaurant, and someone comes in and says, oh no, I know how to do this better, and rewires your oven, burning down your business, are you going to give them a bonus? Are you going to employ them? No. You are going to get a fucking restraining order. Let's continue on. So if Twitter users are creating the company's value, think about what was just said, perhaps they should have a bigger stake in its future. Or maybe they should fuck right off. Because the thing is they're not talking about all users here. They're talking about a specific subset of users. We'll get to that. That's exactly the idea that some tech activists have. You know, it's gotten to the point wherever I see activists, I'm all like, okay, this group's full of fucking shit. This group is out for their own means. They don't give a fuck about anyone else. They want their own shit. Period. End of story. They want to go ahead and take from you so that they can have, without them having to actually do the work. They want you to be forced to give them shit. This is a perfect example. A small group of shrewd Twitter users. Shrewd. Okay, yeah, so that's what we're calling it now. And shareholders have come up with proposals to fundamentally restructure the way Twitter is controlled, to turn the company into a public service by removing the need to feed investors ceaseless appetite for hitting quarterly growth benchmarks. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and unpack that. So, proposals to fundamentally restructure the way Twitter is controlled. Well, there you go. Remember what I was saying about activists? in the sentence above this paragraph? Well, there you go. They want full control. They want to wrench control from the people who have previously been in charge. Sorry, @Jack. You're getting kicked to the fucking curb, you little bitch. But that's not enough for them. They want to sit there and tell investors, the few that they have left, to go fuck themselves. Who are you to tell us that we have to meet quotas? We do not follow the quotas. We assign the quotas. Seriously, fuck these people. Like, honestly, the vast majority of active Twitter users are brain dead fucking morons to begin with. You know, they think that they're actually making a difference with the hashtag pray for thing. And then the next time it comes around, they do the exact same thing. I'm sorry, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and the problem starts getting worse, maybe change what you're fucking doing. But that's for another rant. All right. The problem Twitter is having is that its shareholders want the value of their stock that they already own to increase. How is that a fucking problem? They invested. They want a return on their fucking investment. They don't want their investment going through the fucking floor. How is that a fucking problem? Dude, oh my Jesus Christ. Go to a fucking Business 101 course, you stupid cunt. Tross and Twitter shareholder Alex Chang proposed earlier this year a resolution for the company's recent annual shareholder vote to promote ways to get Twitter users to buy stock in the company, such as offering ways to buy shares directly through the Twitter website and mobile app. All right, so they're actively whoring themselves. That's awesome. Okay, cool. And like I said before, I really don't have anything against whores. If many individual Twitter users each owned a small piece of the company, then they could participate collectively through the annual shareholder voting process. Oh, that would be such a clusterfuck. In steering the direction of the company. All right. You know what? This could be a good fucking thing for conservatives. And especially for my fellow Kekistani brothers and sisters, buy up as much stock as you can. So then when you go in, you have the bigger fucking vote. And all of a sudden, you can sit there and get rid of Anita Sarkeesian out of the fucking thing. I don't know if she's still involved or not. But you can go ahead, get rid of the Trust and Safety Council. You can go ahead and sit there and force them to create policies that have to be evenly applied. That is the biggest fucking nightmare of these fucking snowflakes. Pure and fucking simple. So, let's go ahead and continue on, right? If many individual Twitter users each owned a small piece of the company, sorry, my bad. The idea makes sense from a labor standpoint. No, it doesn't. Twitter's value comes from its users' tweets. No, it comes from it supposedly being a free speech advocate and, a place where you can go and put what you want to say out there and people can go ahead and spread it if they like it or, ignore it if they don't like it. We know that that's not what's going on here, but whatever. Which provides the backbone for digital advertising revenue. There we go. Yeah, we make money off of people throwing their random thoughts out online. So we want them to go ahead and give us fucking money without us calling it a fucking entitlement fee so that their tweets can go ahead and be put farther up in the relevance logarithm than people who don't invest in our company and say that our company is absolute fucking shit. Yeah, okay. Twitter also sells its user-generated data to third parties that use it mainly for market research. Well, that's fucking terrifying. We'll get into that later if I can get around to it. This block, oh shit, of user shareholders could theoretically overtake the control major institutional shareholders. Okay, all right. Salon, please, whoever did the editing for this, fire them. Get a native English speaker, please. All right, so this block of user shareholders could theoretically overtake the control that major institutional shareholders, such as New York-based BlackRock, Twitter's largest shareholder and the largest asset manager, have over the company. Okay. But that doesn't mean that every one of those user shareholders is going to vote against BlackRock. Do you get where I'm coming from here? What happens if a whole bunch of people working for, oh, I don't know, let's say CARE, go ahead and purchase a fuck ton of stock in Twitter, right? And then they go ahead and in the next shareholders meeting demand that the personal information of anyone who mocks the Islamic religion be released out. What if that happens? And what if they own 51% of the stock? At that point, that would become a policy. That is a problem. I know I'm going absolute worst case scenario there, but that is actually in the realms of possibility. Because a lot of owners of a few shares of the company would have little to lose if the stock price doesn't grow or wavers. Yes, actually they would. They would have their money to lose. Although, if they only bought, a few stocks, their voting power would be basically nil. So they wouldn't really have that much of a say in it. And a lot of the people that would be reading this in seriousness, I mean non-critical seriousness. I'm reading this in critical seriousness, but non-critical, pie in the sky attitude that you see from a lot of these fucking snowflakes. So they're going to be reading this and going, oh, if I buy stock, then I get a say in the company. That means if I say something, that means it goes. That's kind of the attitude that happens. And they're not going to be too keen on the whole, well, it's based off of how much money you've invested in our company, and that decides how much say you have in this. Your skin color, your sexual orientation, none of that fucking matters. It all comes down to money. It's funny that these activists are sitting here and saying this shit and not realizing that they are giving all of the power to fucking corporations. To fucking, honestly, they're supporting the capitalism model here. This is how capitalism fucking works. Trust me, you do not want a whole bunch of people to have the floodgates opened to them. Because there are a lot of trolls out there that will be more than happy to buy a bunch of stock just to fuck up your shareholder vote meetings. I mean, just imagine, Patreons opening up for, like 4chan and shit to fucking buy up a whole bunch of Twitter stock. That would be fucking amazing to see. I mean, that would be the biggest fucking troll on the planet. So, Chang and Tross failed to get their resolution on ballot, but a similar proposal by James, oh, fuck that name. Oh, hell no. McRitchie? I hope that's the right way of saying it. A prominent U.S. corporate governance activist and fellow Twitter shareholder, Stephen, I'm not going to say that because I know I'm going to screw it up, did. So it didn't go through, but because Twitter saw the problems in this. They do have a few people that really know how business works, and they're all like, oh, this is a really bad idea. We would be opening up the floodgates for the trolls if we went ahead and did this. So that's kind of scary. And to anyone who's watching this after the fact, I'm going to go ahead and leave these links in the description of this when I upload it to my YouTube channel. So you can go ahead and read through these on your own. The McRitchie, other name, resolution proposed Twitter management study cooperatives and other organizations that look to broad-based ownership structures to see if there are lessons to be learned that could be applied to the company. The idea isn't without precedent. The Green Bay Packers NFL team, you really want to bring them up, okay. Washington-based outdoor clothing maker REI and the Associated Press all operate under profitable cooperative management structures, as do credit unions and agricultural cooperatives. Oh my Jesus. Okay, why would you say the Associated Press? That is not something where you go, well, look, it works there. Nothing works with the Associated Press. Let's just fucking get that out there right now. The Associated Press is a really bad joke without even a decent punchline. But agricultural cooperatives actually require work from the people in the cooperatives. I live in an area where those are actually a thing. I live in an agricultural area, and guess what? If you are in one of those cooperatives, you don't just sit back, order people what to fucking do, sit back, drink your fucking, iced tea, and watch everyone else do the fucking work. No, you have to go out there and work. You help out on other fucking farms. That is how these cooperatives fucking work. So this is not the same fucking thing. This is a false equivalence. Stop it, Salon. All right. Last week, Twitter reported that McRitchie, the McRitchie resolution, officially titled Stockholder Proposal Regarding a Report on Users Owning the Twitter Platform, captured the support of 5% of the company's stock held by eligible voters. Yeah, because the thing is they're hoping that a whole bunch of people are going to buy these stocks. Therefore, the stock price is going to go up so they can sell their shit and not have it be at a loss. They're using this to get out from under it, to throw the users under the bus. I was hoping we would get 3 to 4%, so 5% was substantially above what I expected. Well, that's kind of low expectations now, isn't it? Shareholder resolutions often fail, especially ones that propose radical management restructuring. But McRitchie says he hopes the better than expected results means more shareholders would be interested in supporting the effort by the time the next shareholder meeting takes place in 2018. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Uh, ugh. Yeah. The thing is like I said, it's going to be more people wanting to get the fuck out. That's the thing, because the thing is if a lot of these Twitter users buy a whole bunch of stock, the stock price obviously is going to go up because, you know, the market's going to sit there and think, oh, well, look at this sudden surge in confidence in this company. Obviously, something positive is happening. Therefore, the stock prices and values are going to go up. And then these people, these shareholders that want the fuck out but don't want to sit there and take this massive fucking loss are then going to go ahead and sell their stock as soon as it hits where that peak is going to be. And they've got a pretty good eye for this shit. Either that or they're paying people that have a really good eye for the shit that are all like, sell, get rid of it. So yeah, here we are. Again, it's trying to sit there and get the users to foot the bill. And I can't blame them on this. But like I said before in the stream, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to that as soon as I get done with this last little fucking bit here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. They say there are many different ways that Twitter could alter its management structure. Oh, yeah, but there's only a few that would actually be good. From a traditional co-op all the way to an outright non-profit model in which Twitter simply has to capture enough revenue to fund its operations. Yeah, good luck with that one. Good luck getting a whole hell of a lot of new investors at that point. At that point, it's literally only going to be your users. Basically, at that point, you have to go subscription, which will kill Twitter. Like if you have to subscribe to get onto Twitter with the current policies, a subscription-based model would absolutely kill Twitter. But that's basically what they're saying as far as the nonprofit model there. Whatever the outcome of this effort, Twitter would need to continue to collect revenue. And hell yeah, but that's any business. So, of course, they're going to need to collect revenue. It currently collects income from digital ads and advanced analytical services that it sells to marketers. Funny that, right? You know how with the whole AdSense problem that's going on with YouTube? Well, yeah, it's hitting Twitter now as well. Advertisers are seeing that Twitter advertisements are not only less effective than on platforms like YouTube and so on and so forth that have a lot of major personalities that are able to fully put their personality on display, therefore getting people more interested in every bit of the content that's going on there. You've got that versus 140 character tweets and a whole bunch of fucking bickering. And now you've got the AdSense thing where it's all like people, these companies for some odd reason think that that their ad popping up next to someone who makes a off-color joke is going to somehow, taint their product, taint their brand. And so, yeah, of course, you're going to have this issue. There are lots of models to explore. McRitchie said that what Twitter would need is to do some market research to figure out what's the price point people are willing to pay for what enhancement. There you go. Remember how earlier I was talking about a subscription fee thing? Well, they might be doing a basically piecemeal subscription. So basically what it is you can buy whatever features you want. So if you want a filter, which I guarantee would be a bestseller on Twitter, if you want to go ahead and buy that, then, you know, you pay so much a month. Of course, you know, you're going to have your tweets and that sort of thing. So if they sit there and they say, oh, well, you have to have this paid membership to have unlimited tweets, otherwise it's, you know, this many tweets, and you can't link to outside sources. You know, if they do something like that, again, that's going to kill them. Any subscription-based thing is going to fucking kill them. But that sounds what it's more like they're looking at when it comes to that more subscription-based thing. Whatever the outcome, it's clear that Twitter is not performing to Wall Street's expectations. Yes, because Wall Street is looking at Twitter as one of the fucking big boys. It's holding them to the same account. It's holding them to the same standard. It's looking at their merits, and it's saying that they are lacking, which is not untrue. At least from a business standpoint, they are not performing well. If Twitter's performance continues on its current trajectory, maybe it would be better off if it were owned by its users after all. Yeah, I guarantee you that's what the current stock holders are thinking about this giant turd of an investment. I guarantee you that is what they're thinking. And they really, really, really want to go ahead and be able to dump all this onto the users. But, all right, so that's the end of that article. Just wanted to go ahead and show the picture again, because again, that picture of the hand grabbing the bird out of the air, that's the most accurate descriptor for this. I don't think they could have gotten a better picture. So, you know, good job, Salon. You found a good fucking thumbnail for your for your article, even though the rest of it was a lot of fluff and, you know, a whole bunch of behind it. But hey, all right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Twitter stocks over the last 5 years. All right, you probably noticed something here. You probably noticed, all right, right here, here's that 69 figure. Yeah, it's still a sex thing. But you notice that 69 figure. And from there, it just kind of goes down, goes down. Of course, you got this peak right here. You know, of course, there's a whole bunch of shit that, you know, goes on. So then Twitter's going to get those little peaks. But you notice that it's actually on a consistently downward trend. And then it just kind of bottoms out right in here. And it has this one little jump right here, you know, between April and May. Well, let's go ahead and check back and see what was happening on January 3rd of 2014, the day where the stocks decided that they were going to peak out and then start to fucking, all right? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right. Shut up. So from January 3rd, from January 2014. Oh, look at what happened on January 16th. Uh-oh. Yeah, remember the Courtney Love Twitter that Twitter had going on, you know, the court case. Yeah, well that happened, and we noticed that, and that the thing is the actual news of this actually released just before, like it was like the whole noises of it was actually before January 16th. But this is where, you know, the news really fucking picked up on it, but because they wanted to make absolutely certain. But it was actually announced well before this, actually around January 3rd. So let's see now. January 3rd, the first case that that makes it to where you can actually be at risk for what you post on social media. That you could go ahead and, you know, basically be sued for defamation. And even though Courtney Love, you know, came out of it the victor, it still paved the way. And you started getting that's about the same time when a whole lot of people started bitching and complaining about people saying mean things on social media. Now, I haven't looked up other social media sites and their stocks and all of that. I just know that Twitter, because it was kind of the youngin' out of the group. Let's be honest. It was the small hitter out of the group to begin with. But it actually, it got hit the hardest because it was the smallest. You know, I mean, of course, you know, YouTube and Google and Facebook and all that. You know, of course, they're gonna be able to weather the storm because, you know, they have the coffers needed to stay afloat there. Whereas with Twitter, they couldn't even technically properly pay the employees that they already had. So, of course, you know, the slightest little ripple in the pond is going to be catastrophic to them. So, you start to notice that situation. You notice that point, and then you notice all of a sudden just, you know, all the way down. So, and as you look at this chart, you notice this initial drop, and then you've got this right in here. I believe in this section right here, I believe it was where they sat there and said that they were dedicated to free speech and so on and so forth. Yeah, no. That it was very obvious that they weren't, because then you ended up going ahead and getting, you know, the announcement for the Trust and Safety Council, and that ended up just fucking murdering them. I mean, like, you know, you had this big burst right in here. You know, there was a lot that was going on in 2014. Of course, 2015, you know, you have the presidential shit and all that sort of thing all throughout in here. I believe it was around in this time that Trump announced his running. I think, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't fact checked that, but I think it actually was in this time span when he announced. So of course, you know, that's going to tick upward because everyone and their mother and their mother's dog is talking about this, because people were like, oh my God, what the fuck? Well, is this really fucking happening? You know, you had some people that were saying that in a positive way, some people that were saying that in a negative way, but everyone was at that point was saying the same thing, maybe for different reasons, but at least we were saying the same thing. That was the one unifying fucking moment, was all of us just standing up and collectively yelling, what the fuck? So, then you got this downward fucking trend. But the thing is this right here does not necessarily reflect the user count. However, the user growth rate, so basically their retention is not really good enough to counter out the loss. So they're not bringing in enough new users to go ahead and counter out the users that they're banning for having the wrong opinion, that are leaving because they're afraid of getting banned for having the wrong opinion or being doxxed or something along those fucking lines just for not having the right opinion. And the thing is, I'm not saying that on either specific side. I'm saying just period, that is a fucking thing. It doesn't matter if you're a liberal, if you're a conservative, it doesn't matter if you're pro-authoritarian or if you're anti-authoritarian, if you're for smaller government, bigger government, if you're anti-big business or if you're pro-pharma, you know, it doesn't fucking matter. There's always someone there that wants to fuck you up. But you can see in these trends that people really don't have much faith in Twitter at this point. We had this one little spike right here at the back end, but that's about it. You know, I mean, but I mean, look at this. You know, there's a little spike and then there's a drop. Spike, drop, spike, drop. Then you got this slow climb up to this spike, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. You know, so ouch. Ouch. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to bring up Breitbart. Now, a lot of people don't like Breitbart. I understand that. I fully understand that, but I wanted to go ahead and read this. I actually haven't read all the way through this, but I just want to go ahead and see, you know, what Breitbart has to say on this. Twitter shares drop by 9% as company escalates war on conservative media. All right, I'm not going to argue against them having a war going on conservative media. I mean, that, you know, the statistics, you know, kind of speak for themselves on this. So, you know, Twitter shares have dropped by 9% after release of quarter results, blah, 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 blah. All right, so revenue between 590 to 610 million, well below the company's expected revenue target of 678 million. Now, if you're expecting 678 million and you're getting anywhere from close to 100 million less to, you know, 60 to 70 million less, that fucking hurts. I mean, that, damn. All right. I thought that me sitting there and getting an extra, you know, $28 bill, you know, that I wasn't expecting fucking hurts. That fucking hurts right there. Good God. All right. So, in a letter to its shareholders, Twitter said that its current financial performance is a continuation of the trends discussed last quarter, with less overall advertiser demand than expected. So in other words, you're saying, well, we're not performing like we promised you we would, but it's not our fault. It's because, you know, the advertisers just aren't wanting our cock as much as they used to. So it's not our fault. It's their fault for not wanting to suck our dick. I mean, yeah, our dick might have shriveled up to the point to where it basically sucked back up into our body, but, you know, that's no reason to not want our dick anymore, right? Twitter's own investor relations account desperately sought to reassure investors that the results were not as dire as they first appeared. You see, here's the thing. A lot of their investors have people that are sitting there looking at them going, no, it is that fucking dire. We've been watching the fucking trends. This is not showing any sign of getting better. It's only showing signs of getting worse. We told you to get out last year, but now this year, we're telling you to get out, take the loss, and take it as a learning experience. That's what's going on here. They're trying to fucking make excuses. I mean, I'll go ahead. I'll let you guys read through this shit. I'm not going to read through every last bit of the Breitbart. I've probably pretty much bored you all with the first part of this with the salon episode. I just figured, you know, that level of retardation is at least, you know, good entertainment on my channel. So basically what we're looking at here. Oh, and here we go. They're bringing up the whole Leslie Jones bullshit. You see, the thing is with Leslie Jones and that whole situation, that's where the real censorship got fucking thrown out there. That's where it became absolutely apparent that there was that blatant 100% double standard. Twitter could no longer hide at this point. So, of course, you know, with the whole Leslie Jones thing, and, you know, I mean, of course, Breitbart's going to fucking bring that up. Let's see when Breitbart went ahead and posted this. This is probably an older article. Let's see. Yeah, this is from July last year. All right, it's from the 26th of July last year. So, you know, it's funny that, you know, that Twitter has, again, continued to fucking fail, even past this. It's almost like Breitbart, you know, took a look at the pattern and said, yeah, this is a thing. So let's go ahead and just recap this. I'll go ahead and take this off here. So, all right, stop screen sharing. All right, cool. So now let's just go ahead and recap really quick. Twitter is having a really fucking hard time keeping investors. So they're trying to figure out a way to make themselves profitable. All right, fair enough. But the thing is they're sitting there and not really thinking about the pony that they've backed. So they're sitting here and trying to turn toward a very much so capitalistic model. Wow. I'm pretty sure your users aren't going to fucking like that when all of a sudden they realize that because they went ahead and wasted all their fucking money getting a worthless fucking gender degree and are now working as fucking baristas and fucking flipping burgers or taking part in the welfare state, which, yeah, is getting sliced the fuck down as we speak. All of a sudden, they're going to lose complete and total control over it. And the people with money, you know, the people that they keep saying are racist, bigoted, sexist, so on and so forth, are able to easily seize control and turn the tide. You do not want to go the route of money speaks if you are speaking from a snowflake horse. That horse will fucking melt. So, the teal deer. Twitter doesn't know how it's going to make money. Twitter needs fucking money. Twitter might end up whoring itself out for the money. Unfortunately for them, once they whore themselves out, they ain't getting their control back. And once that happens, well, let's just say this. 4chan will definitely be ruling Twitter very quickly. Because I can guarantee you that 4chan would absolutely love to go ahead and get a hold of Twitter just to hear the screeching from the SJWs as they start hitting those fucking ban buttons. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end the stream here. Those who've watched the stream, thank you very much. Those watching afterwards, please go ahead, leave your comments. Hit the like button, you know, share it if you want or not, whatever. Do what you're going to do. Have yourselves a great night. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.